And what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the break. I'm glad you're here. My name is Tevin, and I am purposely bearded. And this right here is a segment we call the break. This is a live stream dedicated to getting away from our daily lives, beard routine, or just anything in general, and just having a good old fun time. Anything is discussed, so we'll bring up just random stuff. And I hope you guys are along for the trip. And then we're just going to introduce ourselves. Like I said, my name is Tevin, and I run the channel called Purposely Bearded, which you're on right now. And then down below us, we have our regular guest. And then next to us is our special guest. Emphasis on special. So we'll go down here. We'll start down here with this guy, the steak eater, the guy that was on vacation and didn't show up Saturday for the live stream. So we'll start with him, and then we'll just go, that way.
Yeah, hard to follow up after the red beard man himself, but my name is Devin. I have a channel called Beard Code. I do just about everything over there, beard content related, tips and tricks, reviews, all that kinds of good stuff. I am notoriously known as the well-done steak eater in the community. Of course, no one else will throw down a well-done steak like I will, and of course, it has to have A1 sauce along with it. Because Matt is here, of course, I have to throw out that I'm a Lakers fan, and of course, go Broncos, because you people don't know what good football teams are quite yet, but that's my job to help instruct you that. I was on vacation last week, went down to Florida with some family and a girlfriend, spent some time away, got to relax, and just, since we're on the break, got to get a little break myself, which was really, really nice. Planned to be a part of the live stream. Ran into some technical difficulties. The cabin we were staying in down in Silver Glen Springs got the Wi-Fi knocked out. So we had no Wi-Fi until like probably an hour or so after the stream had finished, which was unfortunate, but it's all right. I'm here now, and I'm glad to be back with everybody.
Oh, well, we're glad to have you back.
Yes, we are.
And Daniel, I guess you have a friend in the chat. Are y'all related?
Look, Daniel, you are my favorite, man. Look, even if I'm not your favorite, I don't care. You eat well done steaks. So you're a 10 in my book, all right?
Let's move on to Matt. I'm done with this done steak.
We're done with this. What it is. What's good, YouTube? I'm Matt the Sports Beard. I have a beard channel as well. I touch on beard content, sports content, and I am a fan of the greatest football team ever to play, the 6-time champion, New England Patriots. And, we're just here having fun. We're getting away from some things, and I just had to throw that in because Chris said we don't know good football. I mean, I don't know about that. We know pretty great football, if you ask me.
I want to throw up right now. I'm done with that garbage. Are you done, or you want to crush on the Patriots a little bit more?
No, I'm done. I'm gonna kick it to my buddy Chris.
Okay, my turn. Well, how do I follow these little intros? Let's start this as simple as possible. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm Chris. I run a semi-successful channel called TCTBNL. Shameless plug. Wait a minute, pointing the wrong way. He's still my son. I love him. That DNA test was flawed. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my last live feed. Don't let the little guy... Oops, sorry, wrong way. Don't let the little guy down there fool you. He was complaining in the green room about being in paradise with his girlfriend. That was a problem. So, new code, if you're out there watching, get him for me.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Go Sox!
That's what I like to see. I got it on in the background, actually. Sox and Yankees.
Just getting ready to start. I got the alert.
Yep.
What's up, Dave?
What's up, Dave?
Bearded motivation.
Just hello to everybody in the chat. Thanks for coming in. All right, so we're going to ask the most often asked question in the bearded community. And Devin, do you know what that is?
What temperature do you like your steak cooked, right?
No!
Oh. Oops.
I thought it was, can I get Devin's mom's phone number? But, okay.
Devin's mom.
That's number two, actually.
What show is this? This ain't win a date. Leave everybody's mamas alone, okay?
No kidding, right? No, but of course, in all seriousness, we've got to know what everybody's got in their beard tonight.
All right. So since you asked, Devin, I want you to go ahead and go first. What is in that beautiful beard of yours? And I also want to know, what did you pack on vacation?
Ooh, okay. So, on vacation, I took a few different things. I decided I didn't want to have to worry about testing anything on vacation, so I took just a few of like my favorites. I took 1626 from Defined, of course. That's like my all-time favorite scent right now, so I couldn't go anywhere without that. I also brought the 1626 balm. The balm I didn't even wear it, but I brought it just in case. I wasn't sure if I would need it if we had like a night out, or if I wanted to, if it was getting real crazy with the humidity down there, I figured I would take one just in case. Didn't use it though. And then I took the Damn Yankees Beach House butter, which was a new butter for me, but I've been really, really enjoying that. And I only brought the beard wash from Badass Beard Care.
I don't know
The
they had
peppermint
wash.
tea tree. Yeah, it's it's a super, super lathering wash that I really, really like. It's a peppermint tea tree and eucalyptus, I think it is. So it's like that really, really just invigorating wash. I use that every day and tore my beard apart. We had been at the beach and at the spring and then salt water and all kinds of stuff. So my beard was really, really nasty every day. But I did not bring a conditioner at all. So my beard was not very happy about that at all. Washing it every single day, no conditioner, it was not good. But we're slowly getting the beard back to normal. So, but in the beard tonight, I have got, of course, Defined Beard Company. This one is the Distinguished Caballero. You guys know I love my Defined. I was gonna go with 1626 today, but I decided to switch it up a little bit. Went with Distinguished Caballero. So
Did you do a review on Distinguished Caballero?
I did. Yeah, it was like
Okay.
a while back. I reviewed 1626 and Distinguished Caballero together, but this one's actually really, really good. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much. It's a little bit darker. I don't want to say dark in a bad way. It's not any, not negative at all. But it's like that, Cavendish pipe tobacco, and so it's a little bit darker and a little more rich of a scent. But I actually really like it. And it's kind of what
Okay.
turned me more on the tobacco scents. I wasn't a huge fan of them in the beginning, but that one kind of opened me up to more of the tobacco scent. So it's been a good one. I don't wear that one quite as much as the others from Define, but I really, really like this one too. So
Okay, before we move on to Matt, everybody quit shaving their beards. I know one man did it. Doesn't mean you got to follow up with it.
right. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
look.
I know what y'all look like with beards. I don't know. I want to. I don't want to know what you look like without a beard.
Look, man,
But
Maximus.
I don't know if I could look at Matt the same, or the old fart next to us the same without a beard. It would just blow my mind.
Yeah, it wouldn't be pretty for me.
No, I mean, good for Johnny. I know why he's doing it.
Yeah.
It kind of shocked me though. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Johnny Grooms, Homebreaker, Squirrel. No, not Squirrel. Chipmunk. Take
Chipmunk.
care of Chipmunks. Lovable man. Everybody calls him a serial killer. I think he gets a bad rap, but he just shaved his beard. Like I don't know. Like I heard of Jester, the bearded Jester, shaving his beard. I know he's been around the community for a little bit, and it shocked me when he did that. Johnny, I feel like he's going to grow his beard back. I didn't see
think he
all
will.
of the video, but good luck with him and his men's grooming channel journey. I know he's doing the same thing that I'm doing, wanting to take a new direction. So I don't know. It just shocked me when I see Johnny Grooms without a beard.
Yeah,
Now-
it was shocking.
Now we're going to go to Matt. What is in that beard of yours today?
Today I got the Tropical Mac from Bearded Mac. I figured
Okay.
I'd go with that since I do have a tropical storm coming my way, potential hurricane. So I just figured, why not?
Makes sense.
Yeah, one of my favorite scents.
Oh, that one's incredible.
Yep.
I like that comment. Sorry, Dave.
Oh, that's a good one, Billy.
Oh,
now
Billy.
we're gonna go to Chris. Chris, what is in that ancient beard of yours? What's in the Methuselah beard tonight? I'm messing with you. Don't. I'm messing with you. Sand.
What's that? I think it's a piece of the cross. Sorry. No, I started this
man.
morning out like I usually do on the weekends with Johnny Slick's Original Slick. And tonight I will be using Chesapeake's Kingston Butter.
Nice.
Nice.
What's the scent profile on that? I've heard about that.
Let's see. Rum, like Jamaican rum, honey, coconut, and there's something else in there I'm forgetting. There's like 4 things, but oh my god, it's good. Oh,
Wow.
Does it actually smell like rum? Like, do you get like a rum
I
vibe
get
off of it?
a small bit of rum, but like I really pick up the coconut in here. But in beard, I've never really used anything with honey as a scent profile, and ooh, oh, it's good. It's good.
Oh, Daniel.
Goo goo, Devin, goo goo.
The sad part is, okay, if I was to pull my ID out right now from when I was like 16 and had no beard, I'd look about 14 without a beard. That's the sad part. That was why I always had the goatee, because it made me look a little bit younger. I don't look quite that young now, Tevin, but I look young.
Wait, whoa. She married you looking like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. Whew.
Yeah, this. I don't know. I'm shocked too. But I can think of a couple reasons why she would marry me. And there's children possibly in this stream, so I'm not going to mention one of them. All right. So you said what was in beer? Wow, Tevin. I know. I don't know what you're saying. Wow, too.
I am so fighting back a comment right now.
I know. Let's make this appropriate. Sometimes I can be inappropriate. Okay, so okay, I have a question before we move on to me, what's in my beer. What makes it Jamaican? Is it like pineapple, coconut mixed in there? Or what makes it Jamaican rum?
I don't know. I guess
Yeah,
it's just how
I was
it's
wondering
brewed,
that.
or like, like bourbon and whiskey, they're basically the same freaking thing, but because of the area that they're brewed in, you can call it like a bourbon or a whiskey, or is it like a Highlands whiskey or Highlands? It's where you make it,
Yeah. All right, so what's in my beard today? I'm testing products out for the Sphinx Beard Company. I got their smolder oil in. I don't know about you guys. I mean, ever since you can't really contest to this because none of you have cut your beard. But ever since I trimmed my beard up, like trimmed the length off, I've just been using oil lately. I don't know. It's just been working for me lately. I don't really need a lot of balms or butters, just oils, and I have that oil in. It's amazing. I don't know if anybody's ever tried Sphinx like that. Like, it smells wonderful. And what shocks me is that he makes. I just now seen your comment, Chris. I can't. Okay, moving on. What shocks me is that he makes his own scents, like his own fragrance oils. That's awesome. Like, he's not mocking a cologne. Like, all of his scents, it seems like it's a cologne type scent, and I've been liking it lately. As far as when I put out a review on it, I don't think I'm going to review it anytime soon, just because it seems like everybody seems to be doing Sphinx. I don't believe in flooding the market of reviews as soon as something comes out, like doing it back to back to back to back. And there's nothing wrong with y'all do that. It's just me personally, I want to wait a month or two when nobody's talking about it before I bring it back up. Oh, I haven't heard of that company in a while. Yeah. So
that's a double-edged sword,
Mm-hmm.
You strike when the iron's hot. Like, I do a lot of knife reviews, and when something gets released, you want to grab it quick, you want to get that review out there and hope you're one of the first, because your view counts will go way up. But if you wait like 4 months and everyone and their grandmother has already seen it, reviewed it, looked at it, your view counts are like that.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. That's a good point. Yeah, that's definitely a good point. So, moving on to the next question. What is coming up in the life of Devin, Matt, Chris, myself? What is coming to the channel? Just anything you want to share off of your chest of what's going on in your life or what's going on for your channel. We're gonna start with Devin and then just make our way back around.
Yeah, so I am actually, start off with what's going on in life. I was actually not supposed to be here in Colorado still. I'm still here at home. I was actually supposed to be in Kansas right now, back at school. But because I went on my little vacation down to Florida, the state of Kansas has all of Florida flagged as a COVID hotspot right now. So anyone who has traveled to Florida recently or coming from Florida, my school is requiring that they quarantine for at least 2 weeks outside the state of Florida before they're going to be allowed on campus. So kind of a blessing in disguise there for me a little bit. means I get to spend a little bit more time at home with some family and stuff like that. I've been with them since spring break and got like a really extended summer to spend with family, but I love my family and we're all really, really close. So it's kind of nice getting to spend a little bit more time at home, and I don't have to be. I love school, but Kansas is boring. Let's not get that twisted. So, and I'm in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. So it's pretty cool getting to spend a few more weeks at home with the family and stuff like that. It was really unexpected. I just found out yesterday. Like I said, I was supposed to be in Kansas at school this morning. So I had been, had everything packed up, was getting ready to pack up the car and load everything up. And they had called me and said, oh, hey, by the way, you can't come because you were in Florida. So kind of sucked that I found out last minute, but luckily I hadn't gotten all the way to school. And then they're like, oh, hey, by the way, you can't be here. Because that would have been quite frustrating had I made a 7-hour drive and then been like, oh, by the way, you can't be here. So that was kind of nice that I get to spend a little bit more time with family. Just finished up the vacation, like I mentioned earlier, which was good. But for the channel, I've got a few things coming up. I've been sitting on some reviews I'm getting ready to put out. So I'm debating putting out 2 reviews this week, just because I have a few of them filmed and stuff like that. And I didn't put out a video this past week just because I had been on vacation. I wanted to, like I said, just take a complete break from everything, get away from life. And I love YouTube, don't get me wrong, but really just wanted to, place an emphasis on spending time with family and getting away from everything. So I didn't have a video last week, so I'm thinking about doing 2 reviews this week. And then I'm also going to be putting out a pretty cool video. It's going to be kind of like a tips and tricks video type of deal. I won't say too much about it because I'm pretty excited.
Quick question. Is your girlfriend in it?
She is not.
Okay, then I'm not interested.
Right, yeah. I figured that would be the response. No, but I know it's all right. I know that's probably a disappointment to a lot of people, but I grew up in. That is crazy because I am actually only 30 minutes from Newton. I actually live in Hillsborough, so Newton is like I said, it's about a half an hour away from us where I go to school. So that's like the going to the city, so to speak. Newton's still not quite. It's not huge, but it's a lot bigger than Hillsborough. So that's pretty cool that you grew up so close to where I go to school. That's pretty cool.
So tips and tricks, and man, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Is this your first video on tips and tricks, or any kind of tip or trick?
Yeah, it is. It's like the first one that I'll kind of be doing. I haven't done any sort of I've had a handful of people ask for different routines videos that I've got, planned out to an extent that I'm gonna hopefully get out and I'll be working on here in the near future. But this is like the first routine tips and tricks type of video that I've been doing. So,
Code, is it on finally using a sippy cup?
You know what? I'm gonna let that one slide. All right.
Devin, good mood. You keep making fun of old people, Devin. You're gonna get beat the crap out of by canes and whatnot.
Remember, I've got your mailing address, and I'm gonna send you a care package. Baby wipes, pull-ups, and a new sippy cup. Got to get you ready for college.
Oh, dang it. If you actually receive that, Devin, man. I want a picture posted.
Oh, yes, please.
I would not stop laughing.
Oh, yeah. See, that's the thing is I got to take it, just as well as I can dish it out. I give everybody crap for being old, but that just means in return I get the babies and pull-ups and mommy tuck you into bed jokes. So it's all right. It's all good fun. It's all good fun.
And I'm just demented enough to do it too.
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
What did we just turn the stream into? Okay, now we're gonna move. Do you have anything else, Devin, before we move on?
No,
to Matt?
that's it. Let's hear about what's going on with you, Matt.
Okay, so tips and tricks. Peeing off Chris, got it. Okay, we're moving on to Matt. Matt, what is going on in your life? What's going on with the channel? What do you want to share? What do you need to tell the beautiful audience out there that's watching us?
Well, appreciate that. So let's see. In life right now, I'm just working 40 to 50-hour weeks. It's just been crazy. If anyone doesn't know, through my other live streams, when I've been on Chris's channel or Scott's channel, I work for the school district in my county. I work in maintenance, so we're putting a lot of things together for when the school does resume with plexiglass in between offices, some sanitizing stations, more soap stations, so on and so forth. So it's been, the last couple of weeks have been really hectic. If you haven't seen me on any social media or live streams, that's exactly why. I come home, I shower, I eat, and I go to sleep pretty early because I'm up at 4:30 every day. So other than that, in life, just waiting for the summer to end because summer's the busy time in the schools. That way I can start enjoying some time. Not much to do here in Florida. You know, I'm not trying to catch the big C, is what I like to call it sometimes. It's crazy out here. With the channel, I got some reviews coming up. I'm working on some of my top 5, maybe a little bit more of favorite co-washes / conditioners.
I'd love
Working
to
on
see that.
Yeah. I'm getting some in next week. I got a couple companies that I got some coming in because I have about 3 that I use regularly. So I want to compare and see what I like there. I do have some videos that I'm trying to work on, but it's going to be more like within like the public, kind of get like the public opinions on beard products and beards. But I can't really do that right now with the COVID. Everyone's wearing masks. I can't ask them to take their mask off to smell the beard product and what they think. Or, for example, if I ask a girl and a guy, would you like your man to wear this product? They don't want to take their mask off, and I don't want them to take their mask off. So that was kind of put on hold, and I was thinking about that one before I even came back to do the reviews. That was kind of like in my little note list that I wanted to do. So that's been on hold since March. So other than that, just pumping out some reviews. I'm hoping to get up to the 2 video a week thing pretty soon.
Sweet, man. I'd love for you to hit that goal. And to respond to Kim Bluegrass, my wife has given me one idea since I started my channel, and that is shave my beard. She support. Okay, I may make fun of her and I may give her crap. I mean, she is supportive. She's just not used to me, having a beard. She met me without a beard. I've never had a beard until I was 25. So, I need to cut her a little slack. But yeah, that's her one and only idea she's ever brought to my channel is shaving my beard. Okay, now we're gonna move on to Chris. Chris, is it the channel to be named later, or is it the company to be named later?
Company.
Okay, company. So, what is going on with your channel? What's going on in the life of you? What do you want to tell the audience? What do you want to share?
Okay. All right, let's get this going. Now,
here we go.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Now, personal life, I'm getting my kids readjusted to the possibility of Washington State is really looking at doing distance learning for the school year. And in my house last year, it was a really combative nature to get my kids to do their homework. They would sit and go, yeah, I did it, and start playing video games on the school laptops. And then we get those emails going, your kid hasn't turned in an assignment, and, well, World War III. Or my son, God bless that little monkey, when they were doing their Zoom meetings once a week, he would organize meetings within the meetings to get the kids away from the teacher.
That's impressive.
I couldn't really punish him because I was proud of him, but I had to yell at him the whole time, going, you. For my channel, honestly, I think next week's going to be all knife reviews. I'm trying to clear out some really, really old reviews, and the way I've always done things with my channel is I usually take the weekend and I block film. So sometimes I'll get between 10 and 20 videos in a weekend. Now, when you're talking about stuff that I do with my channel, knives are easy to do. Book reviews are easy to do. When I'm talking about stuff with being a step parent, it's a little bit easier. But beard products, I'm run out of ones that I had stocked up before, and now I'm working through my testing process on a lot of them. So the beard reviews are moving back a little. But the one thing I think is awesome, for my live stream, my guest had to pull out because of a family emergency. So I did a last minute switch. And we're going to do a content creating night. I'm going to have somebody who's just starting out in his YouTube journey, somebody who's like middle of the road and an up and comer, and to be myself, and we're going to talk about the process of what we do to make videos and how we put them together and that kind of stuff, like our homework and everything that we do in order to get quality content out there.
Very cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
I like that idea.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, anybody have a couple questions before we move on to, probably something else? I mean, I got plenty of questions to ask Chris.
Throw them. I don't care. Throw them. That's why I'm here. Come on.
Waiting on you two beautiful studs. Come on. I'm putting you on the spot. Come on.
I've got a couple questions.
Hold on, Code.
I
want to get this clear with everyone before we go much further. Every time I pick on Code, it comes from a place of love and respect because we have a good back and forth going. So if there's anybody out there going, why is he being a jerk to Code? I'm not. When I was at a really angry, just incredibly ticked off point, that man contacted me and went, hey, let's talk. And he gave me like an hour of his life and he talked to me. And from that point, my respect level for him went right through the roof. So now, bring your questions.
All right. First and foremost, I've got to kick it off with just the coolest question ever. So, did Jesus sit in front of you in the classroom, next to you, or behind you?
Jesus was here, Muhammad was over here, and I think Allah was back there somewhere.
Okay. I've always, I've heard the stories. I wasn't quite sure where you guys all sat.
We all grew up in like a 4-block radius. You know?
Oh man, that was great.
Oh, that was great. That was awesome.
Tevin, that might help you. I'm not sure if you learned that in one of your Bible history classes or not, but hey, there you go. Now you know somebody who sat next to Jesus himself.
He was pretty cool. Taught me the secret handshake. You want to know it?
Oh man, that was good. I'm crying.
I knew I had a good one. I was just waiting to throw an old joke out there. You should have known that.
Right. It's all right. Like I said, I got your address, and my baby girl helped me pick up pull-ups. So,
dang it, that was amazing. I needed that laugh. Code, you got jokes.
I try man? every once in a while. I let them fly.
I knew your singing was a joke when you started singing the Bearded Mag, but oh.
All right. I'll give it to the Raiders fan for that one.
Okay, I'll take
Tevin,
it. Yeah.
Can you highlight Billy Rogers' comment?
Oh yeah, sure. And sorry. Oh man, that was good. Okay, I'm embarrassed by Kylie and Mo to make some videos. Hello, JK. Do y'all use a camera or a cell phone? A bit nervous. Okay, so I'll start off, and then we can all chime in. I mean, I want to say we all use something different. So when I first started out with a cell phone, my cell phone that I used on a daily basis. Why? Because if you do not know, most cameras, most cell phones shoot in 4K, which is very impressive, especially for cell phones nowadays. So I wanted to use my camera because at the time I couldn't afford an actual videoing camera, and they did the job. And you can be surprised by what you can do with a camera. So for me, I started out with my cell phone and then eventually worked my way up to a camera once I started feeling comfortable and decided that's what I wanted to do, with my YouTube journey. So I went from cell phone to camera, and excuse me, hold on. I'm stumbling over my words. I didn't need to make that jump. I could have been sticking with a cell phone and everything worked just fine, because I know Matt from No BS Reviews, he filmed with a cell phone for a while. Yeah. You don't need a fancy camera to film and, make it on YouTube. What about you, Devin?
Yeah, so I'm kind of in an interesting spot right now. So I filmed when I first started, same thing, was just using my cell phone, my iPhone 10. I was using that, same cell phone I used for everyday life. I was using that to film all my videos. And you'd be surprised the quality that you can get out of your smartphone, your iPhone, whatever it is. Like most smartphones, like Tevin said, shoot in 4K now. The audio on them is actually a lot better than I would have imagined they would have been. It's still far from like the best audio you can have, don't get me wrong. But the audio on the new phones, on smartphones, isn't bad at all. It's actually some really decent audio. And so for like my first 2 videos, literally just used my phone and like a stack of books. I didn't have a tripod. I didn't have anything. And then obviously I started with ordering like a tripod, doing stuff like that to kind of help. I got myself like just a cheaper lighting kit off Amazon. That was like $50 or $60. And so now I used that for probably 3, almost 4 months. And now I just a few weeks ago purchased an M50. So I'm kind of in the middle transitioning between using the new camera that I bought, and kind of, moving away from using the phone. I had planned to use the M50 to stream tonight, went through some technical difficulties and said, you know what, screw it, I'm not doing it. So I'm back on my iPhone right now, but the M50 is a great option because I can use it for a webcam. I can film on my videos with it, stuff like that. So I'm kind of in the process of trying to figure out this new editing software, using the camera, all that kinds of good stuff. So that way I can start using my M50 for all of my filming content, which will be really, really cool. I'm excited for that. I got an external mic and a few different lenses and all that kinds of stuff. So I'm really, really excited to start using the camera, see what that can do for just the overall quality of my videos and stuff like that. I still think I'm, probably just going to shoot in 1080p. I won't go full 4K. I shoot all my videos on my smartphone in 4K, but I upload at 1080p. Most people watch on their cell phone anyways and can't even view 4K, so it just doesn't make a huge, not too worried about, uploading at 1080p. It's still going to look good. It'll be smooth. It'll have good audio. So I'm really excited to start using the M50. But like I said, you can use the iPhones or whatever smartphone you have and get some very good quality content out of it. So it's not like you need to be in any sort of rush to jump into spending $400, $500, $600, $700 on a camera and lenses and external mics and all that kind of stuff. You can get everything done with your iPhone or smartphone or whatever you have, and actually pump out some really, really good content. So
that's awesome. I completely agree. And I'll probably share some videos with you, Code. The videos I've been looking at to improve, because we use the same camera. And from my basic knowledge, and I might be wrong. Tyson might pop in here and say, "You big idiot." Yeah, that's completely wrong. But it's not wise to shoot in 4K. I'll just send you a video. That way, I don't sit here and explain it poorly to you. Now we're going to go to Matt. Matt, what do you use to film? What did you start using to film, and what do you use to film now? Or do you use the same camera?
Pretty much the same thing. When I first started, I was using my iPhone 7, and now I use my iPhone XR. There's a big difference in camera quality with that. That's what I'm continuing to use. I noticed, and I got some advice from Dan and when Beer Times with Scott, that use your phone, get some nice lighting, get the microphone. I got a nice little microphone that I got for $20 on Amazon that clips right here. You can't even see it when I do the videos. Got the umbrella lights, 3 of them for like $54, and I've had them ever since. So as of right now, I'm just going to keep using my phone. My goal is, I think I told Tevin this story last week, I want to get a new laptop. And I had a new laptop, and I bought it off the Facebook Marketplace, and my dog got scared during a storm and knocked it off the table I had, and it broke. So,
man,
yeah. Oh, I only paid $100, but
now he has a broken laptop and a dead dog.
But so that's my goal at first, is to get the laptop. That way, I can start doing some more better quality with the live streams. Be able to keep up with the comments, because I can't keep up with them as much because I am on my iPhone right now. And I plan on in the future getting probably the Canon that you guys are talking about as well in the future sometime, maybe by the end of the year, beginning of next year. That's my goal.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And then Chris, the person, I know what you film with, and I will say this about Chris. Chris proves you don't need all these fancy things to be successful on YouTube. And I'll just go ahead and let him explain. What do you use, Chris? Or what do you start to use, and what do you use now? I'll let you explain.
Well, we'll get this out of the way right now. When I first started, I used an iPad. No, it wasn't a slate rock with a little hole in the thing going, I can see. That's for you, Code. And that's for everybody else over there in the comments who said I had a pet dinosaur. I don't care. He was cool. He was tasty when he got old, but he was cool. All right? I literally started with an iPad, and I didn't have like a tripod or anything. I was just trying to hold it while I was filming my reviews. And if you go back and look at my very first one, it's under like my book review playlist. You can see my hands are moving when I'm trying to talk and do whatever. And tax season came around, and I just got like a Samsung camera. I can't remember the exact model number, and it's the exact same one I use today. Thankfully, the screen can flip over, so I can kind of point where I want to look and do all that fun stuff, and that's exactly what I've been using. But I mean, Billy, I'll tell you honestly, dude, it doesn't matter what you shoot with. Start shooting, start filming your content, because you can have the crappiest camera out there. It ain't gonna matter if your content just is not good. Your first couple videos are going to be horrible. They are going to be flat out horrible. But build on it, build on it, build on it, build on it, keep building.
Right. Yeah, that was. I think that's another thing that is, I think a lot of people wait for, oh, I don't have a camera or I don't feel ready. You're never gonna feel ready. That's the thing. I don't think I still don't feel ready. And I know I said I plan a time. I say, okay, I have to sit down and film this with you. I still don't feel necessarily ready or comfortable all the time to film each and every video. But that's the thing, is you have to just put the camera in front of yourself and say, okay, I'm gonna do this regardless if I feel ready or not, regardless of the equipment that I have, and just start shooting something. You're only going to get better. I think I can speak for all of us with our first handful of videos. At least my first video was the most cringeworthy thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I've debated time and time again about deleting that video. The reason I haven't is because it gives me a reminder of how much I've improved in such a short amount of time. That's why I haven't. But my first video was like so bad. And yeah, but just film. That's the thing.
Everybody needs to go see Devin's first video. I don't think he smiled at all. I don't think he had zero emotion.
No.
It was like an animatronic robot. Hey, I'm Devin with Beard Coat. Thanks for checking out the channel.
Devin, don't feel bad.
Yeah,
My very first review, I was doing it from like a military briefing kind of style. I'm like, hi, I am Chris. I am the president, the CEO of the company to be named later. Today, we will look at a book. It is this many pages. It does have pictures. Seriously.
Yeah. I like what you said, Devin. Don't just do it. Don't make excuses. Like, seriously, if it wasn't for me making my first video, I don't think I would have the videos I do today. The videos I do today because of them. I mean, you learn and grow the more and you'll figure out if you're serious about it. Within the first couple of videos, you'll figure out if you're serious about it or if you want to continue it. Me, I just knew that there was room for improvement. So, Billy, the best advice that we could give you is just put it out there. I don't care. Don't worry about the audio. Don't worry about how it looks. Just put it out there, and I'll watch it. I'll be your subscriber. Like, seriously, I want to support anybody that's thinking about doing a channel. I don't care if it's beard content related. I just care about you following your dreams and your passion. Seriously, anybody, seriously. If you're interested in doing the channel, contact any of us. The first person I contacted when I wanted to do a channel was Tyson. And he didn't give me everything he didn't exactly give me everything I needed to know. He basically encouraged me and said, if I can do it, you can do it. And that's basically what I needed. You don't teach a bird. The mother doesn't teach a bird how to fly. What does she do? She pushes them out of the nest. Yeah, she pushes them out of the nest. And that's what Tyson pretty much did for me. So, seriously, guys. Billy, I seriously can't wait. I really hope you do your first video. I'd love to see it, man.
Definitely.
And I want to follow that up, Tevin.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Billy, you've been following my channel for a very long time. Look at my live streams when they were dial-up. And how we had to push through that, and how the lag and all the problems and the stuff. And even trying to experiment with green screens. Just keep filming. Ken, I saw that. It wasn't on Super 8. It was what was before Super 8? Like the flash photography with the big guy up here.
To follow Maximus's statement, listen, you cannot be any more nervous than me, Devin, maybe Matt. I don't know what Matt's first video was. I remember Devin's first video because I was like one of his first subscribers. I haven't seen Chris's video, but listen, I did not know what to do with myself. I felt like Ricky Bobby when he won his first race and he has his hands bringing up like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Worst interview ever. That's how I felt. I was so uncomfortable with myself because you don't know. It's much better depending on what kind of personality you have. If you are not used to being around people, then videoing and talking to a camera, you will have no problem.
Billy Rogers
you're not going to be
prison guard. Billy's a prison guard. He's used to being around people. Okay, talking to us is like visiting day for him. All right.
Yeah. So literally, when I first did my video, I was super nervous, and when I got done, I told Chris when I was on his live stream, that my first actual review was my worst review. Not because of anything, that happened in there to make it awful, just because I did it so many times. I redid it over and over and over again. Even if I said a line correctly, like I kind of had like a script. I mean, it wasn't written down, but I knew what I was going to say. It was pretty much scripted. And basically, like, yeah, Chris does scripts, but literally it was, if I messed up on one line, I would, or even if I didn't, I would redo it. Sorry. I got ahead of myself. Sometimes my brain and my mouth kind of want to, skip ahead a couple beats. But seriously, you don't let the nerves get to you, because literally I didn't think I would get over my nerves. Like it takes a little bit. I feel like after my 10th video is when I started to feel comfortable.
Yep.
I don't know how anybody else feels.
And dear God, don't pay attention to the comment section. Don't take it to heart. Just don't.
Yep.
Yeah, I know exactly what Tevin said. Like, I was in the same boat. Like, I was super, and I'm introverted, so I am not comfortable being in front of people, talking in big crowds. I kind of have to like fake being an extrovert when I'm in different settings, just so people don't think I'm like rude or whatever. But like, I kind of had to like force myself to become comfortable in front of camera. It's gonna take some time. Don't let that discourage you. But like you guys all, I mean, for those of you guys who have seen my first video, I was super uncomfortable. I looked awkward. I didn't smile. I showed absolutely zero emotion, like we've all joked around about. But that's just because I was so nervous and stuff like that. And looking back, I agree. Like, my first videos, I did the same thing Tevin did. I had everything planned out in my head of what I wanted it to look exactly like this. If I stumbled, if I said the word if there was too much silence, if I didn't like the tone in my voice when I said something, I deleted the whole video and tried to do it again. It took me like 4 days to film my first video because I couldn't get it right for days and days and days and days and days. And it was horrible. But like, it just gives you so much more room to improve. Like, and to me, I never put out a video and I'm never completely happy with everything in that video. As I'm editing and watching stuff, I'm like, dang, I wish I would have said this, or I should have said this differently, or I could have done this differently, or my audio didn't look right here, or maybe I could have, positioned my lights a little bit different. And so I never feel like a video is perfect. And I still have to force myself to put the video out there because I know that I can improve with each video, but I'm still never happy with every video. I mean, each video I'm thinking, this could have looked better. This could have been different. I could have added this. I forgot to say that, whatever. But like, you get more and more comfortable and the nerve starts to dwindle away, which is the big thing. As you get more comfortable, you're going to, I don't think you're ever going to, nobody I don't think ever is going to feel like they put out a perfect video. And if you do, then like, that's more power to you, because that's impressive. But like, it just gives you something to work on.
Stop shooting for perfection. Look at some of my videos. When I screw up, I make fun of it right there, and I keep moving forward, Or like when I get tongue-tied, I'm like, I can't talk today, so let's keep going.
Right, and to pull up William's comment, for me, it's okay to mess up. You're right. I mean, they make good bloopers. I mean, Chris, more power to you. I seriously don't know how you do it, but when I mess up, I can't discontinue. Occasionally I can, but for me, I don't know. When I first started out in the community and started making videos, I thought if I mess up here, somebody's going to call me out on it. Like, I was worried about what other people were thinking. And here's the thing I'm going to tell you today. Don't care about what other people are thinking. If people like you and they like your content, they're going to subscribe. And the person that doesn't like you or like your content, that you don't need them.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So my advice is, do you? I mean, for me, yes, outtakes are awesome. I love outtakes, and I agree with William's comment. But for me, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to completely mess up. Like, when I mess up, everything just messes up. Like, if I mess up on one word, occasionally I can move on. But if I mess up on one word, usually the whole scene ends. Like, me filming ends. More power. I wish I could do what you do, Chris. I love what you do. Like, even when your children or something goes on in your household, you're like, hold on 1 minute, click, and then you come back, click. Sorry about that. All right, let's continue.
Right.
It just takes a little bit of practice, and it takes. I'm trying to put this a family friendly way. You just not caring,
Right.
I did a review when Omarosa released her book a while ago, The Tell All on Trump. and I got lit up 90 Ways from Sunday in a comment section. Seriously, my most disliked video and my most commented on video in a 72-hour period. And from that point, I just went, I was truthful. I'm this. If there's any mistakes, roll with it. Go with it, I'm not winning any Oscars for making a video about a knife from CRKT or a review on a book on leadership, Just have fun. Let Tevin come out. Like, your goofy stuff that you do when you start, I told you right away, I love that. You sucked me in right there, Code, well, your mom and New Code. And Matt, well, what can I say? You're from New England. I got to support a brother.
Oh, man.
I like these comments. What I'm seeing in the comments is that people prefer, you being real. And there comes a point of how much do you edit out in order to look a certain way. And occasionally I do that. Like, I edit out all my mistakes. Occasionally I'll pop in something goofy, something that I just popped in my head, within 5 seconds. But I agree. I'd love to see a person being real. It's just, I don't know. I just prefer my videos being that way. But I agree with, Beard Coast is that right here, I'd rather watch somebody with zero editing skills being real and being able to care and connect with them. Yeah, exactly. I totally get it.
Absolutely.
All of my videos are one shot.
I know. I hate it. Like, I want that.
I wish.
And
I've been able to do that more recently.
Yeah,
You've been able to do that more recently?
My videos before, I was like, I would go and it'd take me 5 takes to get the video I wanted, but lately I've been able to get in the mojo that I want, and I can get it done in one. I mean, I do 2 videos. Do my intro, I stop, and then I do it. Like, the past 4 or 5 videos I've gotten done in the first take.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Amazing. If anybody has any other beard content or just content related questions, we'll be happy to answer them. Or just any kind of questions in general. I love when you guys interact. I'm like, seriously, you guys rock. Thanks for being in the comments, interacting. And I mean, I seriously I love looking at other viewpoints. There's some times where I need you guys in order to see a different side.
Hey, Beard Guy Kansas City. Highlight his comment.
Beard Guy Kansas City. You can be real and still edit and be transparent. The editing is a preference. I don't think that makes a reviewer or content creator not real. And that's a good point that you bring up. Yeah.
Very good point.
There are a lot of people out there who want to have a polished, 100% Oscar-worthy video to get out there. And, if that's what you need, good for you. But that doesn't work for me. I've got to be me and have my goofiness come out. I've got to have the weird little quirks, like when I did a live with Kylie and the grounds crew was coming by in the middle of it. At 7 o'clock at night, they're mowing the yard. You cannot make that up in a video, and I'm like, we'll get through this,
Right.
7 o'clock at night, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the cool things, with what Dave said, you can still very much be transparent and honest and keep it real with people, but still edit your videos and make cuts or do whatever, because that's how I do it.
Yeah.
I still wholeheartedly would, swear up and down to each and every person that watches my videos that I'm completely 110% real with everything that I say in my videos. And I still edit and make, cuts, and I cut out mistakes where I trip over words or, stumble or whatever it is. And I'm still real with people. But my thing is, I'm just a huge perfectionist. So I'm not going to put anything out where I'm making mistakes, because that's just how I am. I'm very, I want to be perfection. That's why I went and bought a camera already. Do I need my new M50? No. But I always want to achieve better and better and better and better stuff. So I'm always pushing to be better. I want everything that I do to be perfect. Is it perfect? No, it never is. But that's what I'm always chasing after. This is my personality. Chris, you make videos that are right. Everybody's always got improving to do, and it's kind of just up to how your personality is.
You're about to give me a compliment. Go ahead, go with that.
No, right, and with Chris, he does his videos different. He likes his personality comes out where he's he stumbles over his words, he trips up, his kids run in, and that's how he keeps it real with people, because you can't make up that his kids are running around in the background being crazy and making noise and doing whatever they're doing. So it's kind of just up to your personality, and I think that's one of the cool things is you can kind of see the difference in people. You can have a video like Dave where he's doing a lot of edits and cuts and doing stuff like that, and see that that's who he is, and then go watch Chris's video right after and see, okay, he does everything in one shot. This is just off the wall, willy-nilly, one take, here we go, and everything comes with it. and you can see personality that way. So I think it's really cool that people do videos both ways, and I think that there's a place for both types of videos. If you want to do your videos in one shot, go ahead. If it works for you, perfect. If you want to do all of the editing and software and jump cuts and all of the different editing and skills and stuff like that, if that's you, even better, perfect. Do whichever one you feel like is you, but don't let anyone persuade you to not do what you want to do and be who you aren't. That's my thing. So I'm cool with both of them.
And true story, like if you watch my videos, especially when the cuteness factor was younger and she was used to getting in the beard product reviews, and I said, no, you can't be in this one, you'll hear her making deliberate noise in the background. So I have to interact with her, and I have to talk with her. She's like, really, Dad? I'm not in this one? Slam, 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 slam. I'm like, too loud for you? Slam, 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 slam.
Oh, man.
I love her to death, but there's days I'm like, yeah, you're my kid. You're going to kill me. Oh, God.
Yeah, see, and like talking about like the mistakes and stuff, and I don't know how many of you guys watch Mick's videos, the beardy vlogger. His videos crack me up because a lot of the end of his videos he puts like his little blooper section as his his little outro for his video, and they crack me up. It's like because there are times like I can't think of what to say, so I just stare at the camera for 45 seconds. And I'm like, okay, now I remember what I was going to say. Or I trip over words. I say something that doesn't make any sense. I say things backwards and drop products while I'm trying to show them on camera and drop it or whatever. Then he kind of includes all of that stuff, but throughout the video, he still has all of his edits. He kind of shows off what like the perfect video, so to speak. Even and I hate using that word perfect, but he uses all of the edits throughout the video. He has the jump cuts, all that kind of stuff. And then at the end, he shows you, like, look, here's what really happened in the midst of me trying to film this video. And I think they're hysterical. That's, like, my favorite part of all of Nick's videos. Like, I love his videos to begin with, but the fact that he includes all those little bloopers and stuff like that, it absolutely cracks me up. I think it's hysterical.
Yeah, it's something different for his channel, and it's what makes him who he is, Like, I don't know, Ken in the comments, how laid back he is. You listen to him if you can't sleep. You just put his video on, you're like, okay, I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's cool. I have an appreciation
for. I gotcha.
I think it's just got to have the appreciation for both types of videos and how people do things, and that's the beauty of it. Nobody has to do everything the same way. We all do things different, right? How Matt's morning routine for his beard's different than mine, and that's different than Chris, and that's the cool thing about it, right? We can all do what works for us. What works for you might not work for me, and vice versa. So that's the same thing with if you're a content creator. Don't let somebody's video persuade you into doing things different. If that's not how you want to make your videos, do you? Because at the end of it, like, you have to be yourself. That's the one big thing for I think all content creators is be yourself. Don't try and be anyone else. Right, like I do my best to be Devin and be beard code in my videos. And Matt does the same thing with his videos. And Chris is himself in his videos with his, like radio talk show host voice thing that he's got going on. And is it an ice or an F-bomb, right? Like, he's himself, and there's no doubt about that. And I think if you are yourself, that makes for better content because people want to see you. If they wanted to see somebody else, they would just go watch that other person. So be yourself and let your personality come out, and that's ultimately going to improve your content way more than doing things like getting a new camera wheel or getting new audio or lights or anything like that.
I actually had someone tell me that in the comment section. They're like, we love your content, but you're driving us insane. You're dull. Either pick it up or we're out of here. And I'm like, all right, well, the next video I tried letting a little more of me come out, and then like by the fourth one after that, it's hey, all your viewers, be named later. How we doing today? You got to get right in there. You got to have fun, and it's
absolutely.
Right. Yes, William.
Exactly.
Ken is the most calmest human being ever alive. I doubted him the other night in that dad live stream. And yeah, I get angry. I'm like, you really?
No, I don't think so.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah, and David, seriously, dude, I love it. Beard Guy Kansas City, he nailed it right on the head. It's just be you,
Absolutely.
That's the biggest advice if you go out there and you talk to anyone, and I'm already giving away some of Tuesday's show, is just be you. Once you find yourself comfortable behind this camera, I mean, look at me. I'm seriously sitting in my bedroom. I've got action figures and die-cast cars and plastic swords and, oh, look, DVD cases, Oh, hey, crap. You can see clean clothes back here. And, yes, that's a Gronk jersey, just in case you're wondering, Matt. Gronk.
Awesome.
I call this my slide.
Alternate filming room.
Right.
Yeah.
So just have fun with it. 90% of the videos I do are in my easy chair downstairs, looking at my TV with a camera right in front of me, praying to God the neighborhood kids running outside the window aren't going to be too loud.
Definitely.
Yeah, see, I think one of the cool things is like, as content creators, like we're all content creators here, so like we kind of have a little bit more of an appreciation for kind of like what goes into making a video because, right, like I have the dogs that are barking outside in the hallway, or
Boom,
I'm living in an apartment complex, so I've got people mowing their lawn outside and screaming with their kids, and everything that goes on with an apartment complex that goes on outside that people don't see in a video because, like, I don't do this whole thing that Mick does, including oh my goodness, including bloopers
Boo-boos?
or boo-boos, yeah, with the whole bloopers or whatever.
Are you finally teething, Devin? Are you finally teething?
Yeah,
That little
yeah,
down there?
just a couple. But like as content creators, I think you gain it. Like that was one thing I never understood until I got into making content myself. Is like it takes me hours upon hours when you take everything that goes into a product review, the testing. You don't know how long that they've been testing those products. Then of course, like they have to film the video, however long that might take them. You have to edit, you have to upload, you have to type out your description on all of your tags, and sit there and wait for all of that stuff on YouTube while you're uploading.
Those tags. I hate
it's
that.
the worst. It's the worst.
And so, like when you think about it, like for me to put out a 5-minute video, very well could have taken me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours worth of work for me to put out that 5-minute video. And so when you're behind the scenes, like as a viewer, I don't necessarily think you get the full experience if you haven't kind of gone through some of that. And so that was one thing that really shocked me when I started putting out content. I'm like, man, I spent all this time filming, all this time editing, uploading, doing all this stuff for me to put out an 8-minute video. And I'm just like, man, that's a lot of work. I mean, it's something that you have to fall in love with because it's a lot of work that goes unappreciated sometimes behind the scenes. But as a content creator, I think you kind of gain an appreciation for all of that with other content creators alike.
Yeah, but sometimes it gets a little magical, like when you have an owner of a company reach out to you and go like, dude, I saw your video, it was awesome. Now, granted, in the beard community, it's a little bit tighter, and you have that opportunity that you can get on Instagram and like, hey, Gary over at Chesapeake, be like, look, you. And, he'll respond back with something, but like with some of the knife reviews that I've done, it's really weird having the designer of the blade reach out and go, I saw your video, great video, and you're like,
it's a great feeling,
right? I'm gonna screenshot that and hang it on the wall,
Yep, definitely. And Devin, going back to what you said with all the extra 7 hours or something, then you got to go to all the promoting on social media and telling everyone about that, trying to keep up with it, but not trying to flood the timelines or your stories, but trying to do all that. But it's a lot of work, but like everyone's been saying, have fun. I mean, I'm doing a live stream and I'm watching the Red Sox get their butt kicked right now. I mean, that's not fun, but it's fun watching baseball and talk to these great guys.
Right.
Just have fun.
That's the thing is I think, like I've always told myself, when it becomes like it feels like a job or it feels like it's work and it's no longer a fun passion of mine, then I'm done. Whether that's next week or in 10 years from now, whatever that is for me, I told myself when I get to that point that I'm done, because I want for this to be something that's fun. Because realistically, nobody's forcing me to make content. Right. If I don't want to, if it's not fun, it's as simple as, okay, I don't do it anymore. But, like there is a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. And for me, like, and Matt and Tevin and, Perch and even Chris, like, we're not like we have, we're not Scuba. We don't have 180,000 subscribers and we're not getting flooded with companies who are asking, can they send us products? And so you think about all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes in terms of like buying the products, right? So that means that somewhere along the lines, I have to come up with the funds to purchase those products, whether that be through a job or if you're like me, I'm a college kid and I deliver DoorDash and donate plasma to be able to afford to buy a new camera or buy new beard oils or beard butter or whatever. And so like there's even more stuff that goes on behind the scenes because realistically, like it's quite, I have nothing wrong with anyone who receives products and stuff like that. I've had a handful of companies who have reached out and been, generous enough to send me stuff, which is super, super cool. But for a lot of the stuff that I have that's in my collection, I purchase it with my money, which, nothing wrong with that at all. But like there's, so much more that goes into that. And then, like I said, sometimes that people just see that 8-minute video And so that's one thing. Like, I think it's really cool talking to other content creators because you guys kind of get what I'm talking about. You know, that a lot of other people don't necessarily realize. Not that they wouldn't realize, but they just, you know, if they haven't gone through that, you don't kind of gain that experience and kind of know what it's like to go through that. So it's always cool, you know, getting to talk with other content creators and stuff like that. And, you know, I can't tell you how many times that, you know, I've been filming a video and I'm just like, you know, I'm not feeling it. I just spent the last hour and a half filming and I hate every second of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete all of this and try again tomorrow. And so, like, you know, when I put out a video after that, the next day after I film, people don't realize that. But, you know, in the back of my head, I'm like, I spent 2 hours trying to film this video the first time, hated it and deleted it all for you people to give me a thumbs down or whatever. I'm just kidding. But, you know, like,
no, you're
that's
not.
just how it is.
Excuse you off.
Okay.
But be real here.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, I can't lie. When I got my first thumbs down, I was highly upset because I said, I don't think my video was that bad. Like, if it was like I sucked and I lied and it was garbage, but I was like, you know what? It's an interaction, one, which is only going to help me in the algorithm.
Exactly.
So I was like, now I understand how the algorithm works. So if you want to give me a thumbs down, it's better than giving me nothing at all. But I was like, what did I do? Like, I'm pretty laid back. I feel like I get along with everybody. Like, does somebody just not like me or what? But it's okay. I've gotten a handful more thumbs down since then, and I love them all. I was angry at first, but now I love them. So if you look, if you're not giving me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. That's fine. It's okay.
Here's an example for you, Code. You know how I told you about that Omarosa book? Over that 72-hour period, 3,615 views, 110 comments, 42 thumbs up, 35 thumbs down.
Dang.
Wow.
Do you know how many times I was called a racist in those comments? All because I disagreed with her. So you want to talk about anger? I even killed the comments for about a year because I was so sick of it.
Yeah.
But if I was smarter, I'd have been like, that's an interaction, that's the algorithm, it's moving.
Right.
No, I was a dummy and went,
Definitely. You want those interactions. You just, you know, if you want to support all the videos that us and everyone puts out, just give it a thumbs up, a comment or something. Even if it's a thumbs down, it's give us some interaction. That's a good way to support.
Yeah, and the worst part,
I feel you
wasn't monetized back then with that book. Oh, I would have made money.
Oh, you would have made bank.
But I feel you, Devin. I mean, I went through a long period of time where all I did was get likes, and when I got my first dislike, I'm like, what did I do? Now I'm to the point where someone subscribed to my channel, hit the notification icon, and as soon as my video uploads, they dislike it. They've done that 2 or 3 times in a row. I'm like, what did I do for someone to go through? It's not even trouble. It's to go through that process just to dislike my video. Well, first off, thank you. And then second off, okay, cool. I don't know what I did. What did I pee in your Cheerios? What did I do?
Right.
But
I love when I get a thumbs down on a live feed before it's even gone live.
Oh,
I'm like,
Yeah.
do you hate me that much that you have to come to my channel and give me a thumbs down so you can go, ah?
Yeah,
but
man.
I appreciate them though. I mean, it's not. It doesn't drive me crazy anymore. Just I think of like Dan. You know, Dan's live streams. Like Dan's super positive and whatnot, and he always has 3 to 5 dislikes throughout the whole live stream. Like, what'd he do? But that's just people not, hating what he does, and it's nothing against him.
People
it's just that you're
success.
not going to please.
Yeah.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
hate success. Why is his channel doing so good? Why is mine not doing so good? How come, just for an example, Code put out a video on this product and he got 10,000 views, and I put out one 2 months before and I got 5. What is it, just because Code's better than me? And people are going to go like, thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. Don't even smirk. I know what you're thinking. I saw that, Code. I saw it.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that, like, it took me a while to realize is that, like, not everybody's going to like my videos. Not my video and content is not going to be for everyone. And I think at first I wanted so desperately for, like, all of my videos to be liked by everyone. And now I realize, like, that's okay. If you don't like my content, that's the beauty of it. Guess what? You don't have to watch it. I want the people who enjoy me, they enjoy my content to watch and all that kind of stuff. And if it's not for you, like that's completely fine. That's totally okay, right?
Yep.
You don't have to like well done steak. You can order your steak however you want it, but I'm still going to order mine well done, and we can all be civil and get along, and that be that, right? And so, like, that's one thing that took me a while to realize that, it's not going to be for everybody, and that's okay, right? There's a reason, like, because theoretically, I was like, okay, I'm doing the same thing, similarly that Dan's doing. He's got 20 some odd thousand subscribers, and I have 5. Like, what am I not doing that he's doing? All right, it's okay. Some people are gonna like Dan better. That's okay. People are gonna prefer his content over mine. I prefer his content over mine. Dan's cool. What the heck? Okay, but so, like, it doesn't have to be for everybody.
Just because I'm seeing this comment over on the side, Weatherbeard Supply. Yeah, you're right. Not everyone likes your products. It's okay, but we still love you, Corey. May not like your products, but we love you. Now you're part of the conversation. Welcome in, brother. And that's what he put down here. Just saying that just to be part of the conversation. I saw it. Yeah, but even like you're saying code with people with the hate, come on by my channel. You watched. You gave me view time. You gave me an interaction. And you possibly gave me a comment. Thank you for not liking me. I'm good with those 4,
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly right. But...
And Tevin was supposed to be guiding this conversation, and I swear I brought up like one topic, and we've been on it for like 40 minutes.
Yeah, from Billy's comment.
And you notice how Tevin's been hiding the whole time? And you wonder why the DNA test proved he wasn't my kid?
See, I just want to go ahead and point out what Joe said. He said that well-done steak hate is just uneducated eaters. Somebody has some common sense in this chat, and I love to see it. Joe knows that steak should be well done. All of you other people, we're just trying to help educate the world and give you guys a better life. So,
you are complimenting Joe, a mafia member from Jersey.
Look, and any other time I'm saying anything about Joe, the word old or ancient or grandpa is involved. So take that as a huge compliment, Joe, because you know how to eat a steak, my friend. You're
I like
still
mine
old,
medium well.
You're close.
Yeah,
you're close.
I like just that little bit there.
See, maybe 45 more seconds on each side, and I think you'd be there. What? You're close.
I come back and all I hear is steaks.
We're waiting on you for our next topic.
Come on. Okay. Well, this has been good so far. I've been enjoying this topic. It's cool to talk about content creation. Minus the we don't like. It's just cool to see what everybody's where you started out to where you are now. And it's good to bounce things off of one another, especially to somebody watching that's considering content creating themselves, like Billy Rogers. Billy, do the video, man. I'm being serious. Yep. I'm waiting for that. I'm gonna be one of your subscribers. I'm gonna thumbs that video up and just keep going from there. So
you do it. I'm gonna watch.
The very last piece of advice, Billy. Wow, his kids are happy today, aren't they?
My kids are amazing. Welcome to the parenting life of the Harper household. Devin, if you want kids, come live with me for a day. I promise you.
Look,
last piece of advice I got for you, Billy. Chase every video like you're looking for your first subscriber. Don't act like you got big-ass pants because you got 100 subscribers, 10,000, or 1 million. Still be humble and still chase that first.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, so moving on to the next question. Chris, when I talk to you, or whenever you talk in your videos, you always mention that you are an Irish Catholic. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's all right. How can I explain this? Do you know about Roman Catholicism?
Yes.
How stoic it is, and stand, sit, kneel, pray, turn around, shake a hand. Take the communion, take your shot of grape juice, move on out. Well, Irish Catholicism takes it a little bit further, where everything under the house is a sin, but you've got to get it in a weird accent, and you do a lot of penance. I mean, a lot. And it's always stuck with me because I was raised basically in a church, altar boy. I could do the Latin Mass. If the doors were open, I was there. But it was like I was always afraid of preachers, and I'm still to this day deathly scared of nuns with yardsticks. Not gonna lie, penguins frighten the out of me.
Oh man. So let me ask this because I don't want to,
Just fire away.
assume. Are you a believer?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind sharing us your testimony of how you came to?
Yeah. No. That's not a
Yeah.
problem.
Okay. I want to make sure.
I knew this would happen.
There's a kid.
I knew it. What?
Dinner is ready. Come downstairs when you're ready to eat.
Okay. I'm still alive.
Yum. Well, I'm hungry. I'm on my way.
You can have mine.
Joe.
Yeah. No. I got him, Joe. I got you. Just remember, I got Johnny's number. Remember that message you got, Joe? Mm-hmm. Who's paying Johnny? But still, so growing up in my house, it was every time the church was open, you had to go. And for the longest time, I hated going. It was like you're taking away from Sunday morning cartoons. I'd rather be doing different stuff. I'd rather be doing here, rather be doing there. And yes, this was in the 70s where you had 3 channels and you had a whole 12 hours dedicated to cartoons on Saturday and Sunday. I know, Code. I know it's hard to comprehend, all right? I know.
That was like 800 years ago. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know, right?
Man. You're gonna get your butt whooped, man. I'm not even gonna save you.
No, he's fine. But then it was like I started feeling differently, like going into church, and there was this one day I felt this really, really pressing need to talk to the priest and have, Jesus into my life. And it was, no, I can't wait an hour. I can't wait 5 minutes. I need to talk now. We need to do this now. And I remember, yeah, Joe, that's the edited version of that comment for you, Joe. I'm on a family-friendly channel.
Thank you.
I love it.
So I remember when I prayed and asked Jesus into my life, this whole different feeling that I had. And it was just like something totally changed inside me, And that's about the only way I can put it, is I felt differently. Everything seemed different. And I stuck with the church for a very, very long time until my mother became pregnant out of wedlock. And they kind of turned their back on us.
I'm sorry.
Roman Catholicism. Okay. Very stringent. You're not married. You had sex out of marriage. You have sinned against God. That child is a bastard. It will burn in hell forever. And then I found out, well, I'm a bastard. I was there when my parents got married. And I'm like, so if I've believed in God and I've believed all this stuff for so long, am I a lie? Is everything I believed in a lie? And that's why I'm calling myself a lapsed Catholic. I still believe. I still pray every single night. Still read my Bible. But yes, I know. I see him. I'm trying not to react.
I'm sorry.
You're good. I saw it.
Throw it up.
I saw it. I saw it in the comments before you put it up.
I know. Sorry, continue. I'm interested.
No, you're good. It's like I said, I prayed every day. I've had a lot of weird stuff happen in my life. I shouldn't be here now, but I am. There's been times where you're like, oh, I'm going to die. This is it. This is the end. But, you made it through. And I've always believed the good Lord said, hey, you're not done. And I vividly remember the lady I was dating before my current better half. And that sounds bad, but forgive me. I really worded that wrong. When we had so many difficulties and I was such at a bad place in my life, and I did a video about this, so it's not like I'm dropping anything huge. I contemplated suicide. I literally, there was a park, go out to the park, strap a knife to a tree and ram my head into the side of it really hard and go, okay, I'm done. And I remember this really, really huge feeling of, you're not done yet. Don't do it. And I think about this every single day, especially with my family, and I've said it a lot. I don't know why my better half chose me. To this day, all she goes is, well, you're good with the kids. And I'm like, one of them in the beginning, yes. The other I tried giving away. Do you remember? I'm like, how can you tell me I'm good with kids when 50% of your kids, no, But I don't know why she chose me, but I believe I was put here for a reason. And after I got stuff right with my family, God gave me Brianna. So I've always said I was a boy before I met my family, and they turned me into a man.
Awesome.
Wow.
So you're a step parent,
Yes.
and you do a step parent series.
Hmm.
Any advice? And we did something yesterday with a bunch of dads. I was included in it. Chris was included in it. Any advice or anything you want to share on people who are becoming step parents or future step parents or just something like that, or someone who's dating somebody with a kid? Any advice you would give to those who? I mean, it happens all the time. I mean,
Yeah, it's the kids aren't going to like you at first. I got lucky because my son and my daughter really didn't know their donors. You know, the last time my daughter, who I affectionately call the brat in my videos because she chose that name, saw her donor, she was 2 months old. And I vividly remember this. I'm talking to my better half across the room, and my daughter is in the donor's arms, and she's twisting and turning away from him to find me. You know, it's me and my better half's oldest child didn't get along for years because it was, well, you're just going to mistreat my mom, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, because she's seen choices that her mom has made. And it's, God, I hate putting it this way. It's, if you're going to date the mom, you have to date the kids, and it's not in that weird minor attracted way. No, just no. You have to understand that you are second in everything. Those kids are first. They were there before you. You can be replaced. The kids cannot be replaced. And when you're around for a while, they start looking at you as a dad. And that's a heavy, heavy responsibility. You know, I said it yesterday, and Tevin, I'll share it here on your channel. My son came into the room when we were staying with my better half's parents and asked me to be his dad. He was 5, and he asked me to be his dad. That's why I've always said my son is more of a man than any man I've ever met in my life. With all the struggles he's ever gone through, he wanted something and he asked for it. Now, if you look through my step-parent vlogs, him and I haven't had the greatest relationship, you know. When I first met him, he thought it was funny. He turned around, punched his mother in the stomach, and laughed that he hurt her. And I about came unglued because, you know, I was raised the guy never hits a girl. The guy is the protector. If a guy's beating on a girl, you've got to get in the middle of it and stop it because that's not your job, you know. You don't beat your better half.
Right.
And it's weird how much I wanted to kill him in the beginning, and now we have so many jokes going back and forth and just things that, you know, it's ours, and I wouldn't trade that for anything on the planet, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Sorry,
awesome.
I'm getting a little heavy,
Man,
but
no,
sorry.
no.
No, don't apologize.
I asked it. Yeah, don't apologize. I love when it gets. This is real, and the thing that we don't realize at the end with all these people that are in the chat is that we have a life outside of YouTube that we don't ever really touch on. And so the reason why I asked is because I have a stepdad, and I gave him a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I did not want him in my life when he came into my life, and it's hard when I don't think I don't think you've had that issue because it seemed like your stepkids accepted you, but
2 of them, 2.
yeah, just two.
One. No, my better half has. Okay, when I met my better half, she has 5.
Question.
Her oldest daughter really didn't like me, so that was out of the way. She has 2 that doesn't live with her, and we only saw them briefly, and they were like, is he going to like me? Am I going to like him? And we've just gotten to a point where we're at a really, really good place. So in the beginning, 3 out of 5, I was unsure of. I only had 2 out of 5 that I had to make sure we were taken care of. Everything was good. Everything was wonderful. And I know it sounds really horrible. When 2 came to visit her, 2 older boys, it was more like everything is to the side. We got to focus on these 2. And I'm like, no, they're coming into our family. They have to fit in with us. And that caused a lot of tension. You know, it wasn't forget about everybody, focus here. It's everybody needs to focus.
That's awesome, man. I mean, seriously, I applaud anybody that's a step parent because it's not easy, especially depending on when you enter that child's life. It's what you do when you do that. I mean,
Yeah.
my stepfather, I mean, he never tried to be my dad, but he always tried to raise me right, even though they're not yours. You know that the person that you marry, you treat their kids like your own,
Yes. Yes.
and I get that. It's just I don't know when I see this, and I was 11, 12 when he entered my life. When he entered my life, I didn't like him. I didn't want him. It's just different, when somebody, and I gave him so much crap. I wish
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm grown up now just to realize how much crap I actually gave him. But it's hard when a child looks at you and says they don't want you around. So I didn't know if you faced anything like that, Chris. I mean, I like,
With her oldest, yes. With
yeah.
her
So
oldest, she went, "I'm gonna drive you out of here. I don't like you. I know what you're gonna do to my mom." And after a decade, we're at a point where we're on good terms. It's all about the choices my better half made before, and she even freely admits she chose so many bad people. We spent the first 5 years of our relationship cleaning up crap from the last 10 of hers. So it God, it hasn't been easy, but it hasn't been all hard. It's we worked through everything as a family. And I felt so bad with my son because I had to destroy that kid. All the bad training that he had from people before, he thought it was okay to beat up his mom. And I'm like, no. And just one day he just clicked and I've got my son. As we call it, the evil Caden is gone. Now we have Caden.
So one question for me at least, I don't know if these guys have any questions, but one question for me at least, what do you have to say out there to people that are in those situations where they have stepchildren who don't exactly want them around or doesn't want to accept you? I bet that's hard. I don't know what it's like. I mean, I'm with
It's
the yeah. What do you do in those situations where you're? I mean, I'm sure it breaks your heart when
yeah.
yeah.
And
So
it makes you really doubt things, and it makes you wonder: should I be here? Should I not be here? Should I go find somebody better? Am I screwing up lives? Because my parents divorced when I was in the second grade, so that really stuck with me in certain areas. And the only advice I can say is just show them who you are, and I can't put it anywhere than this. If you're just there to get adult cardio, don't even get anywhere near the kids. But if you're looking at having a relationship and you're looking at having something long term, and whoever introduces you to their kids, whether it's a dad introducing a new better half or a mom introducing a new better half, you've got to accept those kids because once they come into your life, there's a good chance they're going to bond, and that's something heavy when somebody else's kid looks up to you, and it's a running joke in my house that I look at my son and I go, I didn't make you, but I damn sure created you. Or this morning he got me really good. He did something really dumb and I'm like, you get your stupidity from your mom, right? And he goes, don't you think I get it from you? I'm like, no, there's none of my DNA in you. And he pats himself on the head. He goes, what about this flat spot, Daddy? And I'm like, oh my God, I had to walk away. I'm like, my boy.
No, yeah, that's one thing I wanted to ask you about is like how cautious did you kind of have to be with, coming into the kid's life at like a young age and playing that, kind of safely because I know especially I'm a
Code freeze? No,
hey, Devin.
Devin, seriously, we can't hear you. Can't hear you. I'm not screwing with you. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you
Can
now.
you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
I hear you now.
Okay.
So go
sorry,
back.
Yeah,
Go back.
we had an Amber Alert pop up, so that's what that was. That's not good.
Okay,
Hopefully that
okay.
gets situated.
Wait a minute. We know where code's at.
Anyway,
Okay,
so like I was saying, yeah, I'm here. I'm good. But so I'm a psychology major, and I know one of the things that with attachment issues that kids can develop, especially at that younger age, with parents getting divorced. And that's one thing I researched a lot is as parents get divorced and they kind of have like a new father figure or mother figure or whatever it is kind of coming in, and you kind of have to be careful with that. that bond that you guys create, because it can, if not done correctly, kind of be detrimental for the kids if they, say so that the relationship doesn't work out. They become so overly attached to you because you become that figure. So was that something that you kind of had to be kind of leery of, kind of in the beginning before, obviously not now that you guys have been together, but
in the beginning, yeah, I was scared crapless. I mean, Amber and I like bonded instantly, and I said this last night in the dad stream. My better half got me out of a bad situation in Spokane Valley, and I met Amber when she was 2 months old. So I sat in the back seat with her on the way back to Portland, and she reached her little hand out and grabbed onto my finger and held onto it for a 6-hour ride. Her and I bonded instantly, But one of the things I try to stress with my kids, and it's become really easy seeing how the donors are they're non-existent. I try to stress to him that you need to show respect to the people who help make you. I can't tell you why they left you. And I actually had to have this conversation with my son when he came in the room crying, going, why didn't he want me? And I'm like, I don't know. There's nothing I can tell you right now that will help you, that will help solve this or do this. But one of the things I've always been taught is weak men step aside so strong men can step up. And I've told him that, buddy, maybe he had to step aside so daddy could be here for you. We have a great open stuff of communication. We talk about everything. Even if I don't want to talk about it, we got to talk about it. Like my son is coming to that age where he is now experimenting with himself. And it's really hard when you catch him in the shower when he's in there for 20 minutes and you rip the curtain back to scare him and he's standing there holding himself. And you're like, all right, look, I get it, but not in my house. Now get out of the shower,
Right.
I didn't try to replace anyone. I just tried to be there for him. And I guess that's the only way I can put it, And I was scared shitless of... Sorry, Tevin. No, he's a PG channel, so I'm really trying to watch my words and...
Proud of you, by the way.
I was scared of just... I don't know what could go wrong in the beginning and any damage I might do. But after all this time, I'm like, I've done enough psychological damage, I'm good,
Thanks for coming in, Billy. Seriously, thank you, Chris, for sharing that. I applaud any step parent, and I just applaud your story. I'd love to see more step parent blogs. I love that we came together on Joe's channel as bearded dads, parents from different backgrounds, just to... Dear
Sounds
Lord.
exciting at Tevin's house.
Dear Lord.
They're redecorating.
Please do not make me strangle my kids. Hold on. All right, I'm collecting myself, and we're moving on. Okay, so one question that I have for you, Chris, and
bring it.
We got a little bit of time. Oh, we lost Matt.
He'll be back. I told you guys, bring everything. I'll answer anything you want.
Okay, so what does your walk with God look like on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, or how would you describe it? And tell us just a little bit about your relationship with Christ.
I pray every single day. I start my day with prayer. I'm usually up at 3:30 in the morning, and that's kind of like my time. And that's the time I, spend to center myself, and I'm just praying for guidance, praying for direction, praying that I can be better than I was yesterday, because I know I'm not perfect. I know I make a lot of mistakes, and I always tell this to my kids, I want them to be better than me. I may set your benchmark, but you better be better than I am. And when I'm having a lot of problems, Tevin, I confess this to you. I had someone coming on my show and I was going to rip them a new one over something that was so minor and so insignificant that I turned it over to God, and I was just like, look, send me the right direction I'm supposed to go with this. I honestly believe, and this may sound weird to you, Code, the good Lord made you reach out to me that day when I was about to lose my freaking mind in a chat and you help calm me down. You listen to me rant, you listen to me rave, you listen to me be just a freaking moron, and you're like, okay, now what? You're like, don't be dumb. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't be stupid. Chris, no. You were just, you were right there. And I do believe the good Lord is putting good stuff in my life because I shouldn't be here, but I am, and I'm enjoying every single day,
All right. That's awesome, though.
Yeah, it is awesome. I mean, you're here for a reason. Everybody was created for a purpose. There we go. What's up, Matt?
The Wi-Fi,
okay?
the Wi-Fi went out here, guys, because of the storm.
The storm.
Okay.
Kicked me off. Sorry about that, guys.
No, just making sure you're okay.
You're good.
I was just like, I was about to ask you, what did Chris do to make you hop off? Because I was going to cut that right away.
No, I had something I actually wanted to say to Chris before that all went and happened. I don't know where you guys left off.
Bring it.
Yeah, go ahead. Bring it.
No, I just wanted to. I got so much respect for you as being a step parent because, like Tevin, I had a stepfather as well that came to my life when I was in elementary school, and I gave him the hardest time ever. And I know it wasn't easy on him and stuff. And one of the things that I bonded with him was with the Patriots because he was a huge Patriot fan. Yeah, I watched them when I was in elementary and middle school from the 01 to 04 years, but I started becoming closer with him and watching every game with him on Sundays in the 2008 season and all that stuff. And that's how I bonded with my stepfather. And I've grown where he is more than a father to me than my real father is. And I haven't talked to my real father in 6 to 7 years. And so much respect for step parents. And Chris, I enjoy you talking about it. And it's just so much respect I have for you of how you're going through it still and how you started it and everything. It really, I can feel it. It warms my heart and so much respect for you, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, completely.
Like, I know how much crap I gave my stepdad, so I know how much step kids and step parents don't get along sometimes. So,
yeah, but
a lot of respect.
There's sometimes, and God, how can I put this? I'm gonna clean this up because it's Kevin's channel. You have these weird little experiences, like my daughters were in the bathroom fighting about who got in the shower first. Both my girls were stripped down, wanting to hop in the shower, and they were fighting about who was going to get in first. I looked at my better half. I was like, about 10 years ago, I wanted a house full of naked women, just not like this. And it just gives you those weird little moments, or when you see your son do things that he couldn't do like 5 years ago, and you're like, wow, or you're playing MLB The Show, and, you park a homer, and my older daughter screams at the top of her lungs, "Souvenir City, baby!" And you're like, baby girl.
Awesome.
That's great.
I love it.
All right, so I want to kind of bounce off one of the questions I've already asked, and I don't mind going first. And I just want to know, because it's always interesting, because I always get kind of different answers, but what does your daily walk with God look like? And with me, it varies. Like me, I wish I could sit here and say that I dive into the Word each and every single day. I don't. There's days where I don't feel like doing anything, and that's just a part of being human, where you struggle, you feel that struggle, and you just want to sit down and But here's the thing: is that, and I realize this as I get older and I get more wiser, is just that your relationship doesn't, it doesn't end. Just like your relationship with your wife doesn't end. You can't say, "Sorry, honey, I'm taking a break from you today." And I get those points, and I got to remind myself daily of, God didn't. Yeah.
I tell my wife that all the time. I'm like, social distance, get out of the bed, social distancing.
And sorry if we're gonna get real, guys. I'm real. We're gonna talk real stuff, and I'm sorry if you don't like it or if it makes you uncomfortable. But
you're not making me feel uncomfortable. I've got 2 visual aids for this one, so I'm ready, man.
But with me, my daily walk, when what I try to do is dive into the Word. Not every single morning, because I'm not a morning person, Like my pastor and my teachers always say, start your day off with a little dose of the word. I don't listen. I don't even like saying hi to people when I wake up in the morning. I don't function well as a morning person. So what I like to do to start my day is when I fully wake up is start my day off with my daily Bible verse from the Bible app called YouVersion. I'm going to pop that up real quick because eventually I'm going to bring this to the show talking about the Bible app. It's by YouVersion, but I start my day off with a little scripture reading, followed by the Bible verse. And then what I like to do is pray at the end of each single Bible verse, and then throughout the day, meditate on what that scripture is, how I should apply it to my life, and then what can I take from it other than applying it into my life? Because sometimes I read scripture and the scripture doesn't change. Your perspective on how the scripture changes or how it means in your life at the current time changes. So God's word does not change. You change its perspective of what it means on that day. So my daily life is try to walk as close to the Lord as I can. That's my goal, is just to get closer and closer and closer. And that's basically what my walk is, praying every single day and following in the Lord. What's up, E-Rock? You're not late. I'm glad you're here. But
What's up, E-Rock?
So that's basically what I do on a daily basis. And then here like next week, next Wednesday, I start school. So I'm going to be in the Word a little bit more. And I really hope to get closer and closer to God because I feel like my relationship could always be better. Just like it could always be better with my children. It could always be better with my wife. I'm not saying my relationship with both of those are bad. I'm just saying there's always room for improvement. It's kind of like content making. Content making, you always have room for improvement. I know Devin, he says I can always, perfect on a video, my next video. And I'm the same way. And that's the way I look at my relationship with God is that there's never an excuse never to improve. So that's how. If anybody else wants to share, I'm not going to make you guys. I'm not going to make you guys, force you to share, what your relationship is like. But if you're comfortable, say it. If you're not, I'm completely fine with it.
I got visual aids for this one. Seriously.
Okay. Chris, we'll go with you.
That might look familiar to you there, Tevin.
Yep, I got one of those.
I
got 4.
Yeah, I know. I wonder who sent them to you, huh, son? But still. It's olive wood that was harvested outside of Jerusalem. All these are different when you get them. So I always carry that with me as part of my everyday carry. So when I feel like there's times I'm starting to lose it, I'll just put it in my hand and start moving it and start thinking and start talking to God inside my head. Or the old school Catholic in me still carries the rosary a lot, and I'll just sit and start working through the beads and thinking and going through stuff. Even if I'm not praying the rosary, I'm still talking to God in my head and going, all right, look, I know I screwed this up. I know I've got this going wrong. What's happening? And Tevin, I agree with you 100% because there's stuff that I read when I was 5 in the Bible meant something to me as 5. Mm-hmm. Now that I'm pushing, a big number, it means something totally different,
Yeah.
So I always, like I said, I'm usually up by like 3 something in the morning. And yeah, sometimes it's old man pee code. But, once I get up, I get the day moving, and that's my time. I have that time to clear my head, start making a plan for the day, start going over things, and just let me be better than yesterday,
Yeah. That's awesome. Exactly. I like that saying. Absolutely. Be better than yesterday.
Yeah, so every day. So my walk is kind of like Tevin's. Like I kind of get like in these mojos or grooves or mindsets or whatever you want to call it, where things look different. So there are days that I'm not a huge morning person. I'm not a morning person at any time, at any point throughout the day, really. But I've had like youth pastors and stuff like that who told me the same thing. They're like, wake up, start your morning, with a dose of the word and let that be, start the day off with something positive and something good, and let that kind of fuel your day. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like it's not going to happen. I'm not getting up that early to read. If I wanted to do that, I'd go to my 8 a.m. class every day, and I don't do that. So, but I hope none of our professors ever find this live stream. But
Devin, you're failed from the course. Get out of college. No more b-ball.
All right.
Never
No more missiles for
incriminate
me.
yourself in a live stream ever.
What
Practice
college do you
these
attend?
words. I plead the fifth. I do not recall,
Right.
Senator. I have no recollection, sir.
Right. Yeah. Nope.
All
I'm
right,
not breaking
continue.
beard code. I'm not breaking beard code anymore with that one. Not snitching on myself anymore. But so
Stitches get stitches.
there are spurts where like that's all I can think about is every aspect I'm trying to figure out what God's trying to do in my life. I constantly want to just sit. If I'm not doing anything, I'm constantly in prayer or I'm trying to read my Bible every day or I go through these spurts where like I tell myself, I'm going to read every page of my Bible front, forward, backwards, side by side, upside down in a different language or whatever. And then there are other mojos and groups. I don't want to read it. I'm just not. I'm tired. Whether it be from just school, I get drained out from life, or I've kind of had just points in my life where things have happened, and I think one of the crutches that we all fall back on at times, not all of us, but a lot of people fall back on at times is why is God letting this happen, right? So I've had things that have happened in my life, like especially early on in my faith journey, a lot of my identity was wrapped up in being a basketball player for a long, long, long time, and it's still a huge part of who I am. And so when I had gotten hurt and I messed up my knee, like I lost all sense of my identity because I was always the kid who had a pair of basketball shoes in his backpack, and I carried a basketball with me from class to class in high school. So when that couldn't be me anymore, I became really depressed. I was upset. I lost myself. And I kind of had I kind of grew up in, I talked about before, I kind of grew up like in a Creaster house. I was a Christmas and Easter churchgoer, but my family, we just had so much going on that like going to church every Sunday wasn't realistic for us. So, long story short, like I kind of lost. I'm like, well, if God's so good, like everybody says on Christmas and Easter, then why is this happening? Why did I get hurt? I didn't do anything wrong. Like I know I'm not perfect, but why did I have to? Now I can't play basketball anymore. So if God let that happen, and He can't be good. So I kind of been in that mindset for a long time. So it took a lot of various mindsets where I get in the moods where I want to pray all day long and nothing but read the Bible when things are going good. And then there's times where like life just kind of gets in the way. I'm too tired. Like not that this is any valid excuse by any means at all, but I'm a full-time college student. I play basketball. Playing college basketball should be a full-time job in and of itself. Like there's so much that goes on with weights and individual workouts, practice, film, extra practice on top of what you're already doing for individual stuff, and then games 3-4 times a week. Like that's a lot. And so when I'm, and then on top of that, for whatever reason, I decided that I needed 3 majors to go alongside with a college basketball career and trying to get into med school a year early. So I have a lot going on. And with that, like I kind of get in these mindsets where I'm like, I'm tired. I want to just go lay down, or I don't want to get up 30 minutes early so I can dive into the word. I want to sleep in bed because I didn't go to bed till 3 o'clock last night. I don't want to get up early and read the Bible. So I kind of go through these mindsets where, like Tevin pointed out, like it's not that the relationship changes and it's not there anymore because I'm not reading my Bible every day or praying, before every meal like I probably should or whatever it is. But that doesn't change the fact that my relationship has been formed and I have that I have invited the Lord to my heart. So there are times like where I very much so know that I could be doing better, I could be doing more, but I'm just not for whatever selfish reason that I have. And then there are other times I feel like, I honestly sometimes I can burn myself out because that's all I ever wanted to do. Like I've been in the stages where I've come home from a church camp or a youth camp or whatever, and that's all my life consisted of for a couple of weeks. That's all I did. I listened to devotionals. I read my Bible. Then I would go eat, and the whole time I'm eating, I'm trying to figure out how to apply what I just read or listened to my life. And then I just did it all over again. All I listened to was worship music. I didn't listen to any normal music. I stopped listening to all of the vinyls back there on my walls because it wasn't worship music or something that would have been played Sunday morning at church while we're all waiting and walking into the atrium. So, I've kind of been in both situations, but I kind of have to remind myself that the relationship is there regardless, and I have my belief, but there's always something that I can be doing to get better.
And see, there you go, Code. And you said it right there. No matter what you're going through, the relationship is already there. And I had an old sergeant of mine tell me basically in the military when I wanted to quit stuff, and I'm like, this is BS. Why am I putting myself through this? Why? And he looked at me and he goes, don't pray for your day to be easier. Pray to be stronger. or the old saying, how should we say, the Jesuits shove down your throat. God doesn't care. He's going to be there for you no matter what. Don't quit. Get up. Keep moving. Are you dead? No. You're still in the fight. Move forward.
All right.
We have all been there, brother. Trust me. There's days, especially as old as I am, when I'm getting out of bed in the morning and I'm like, everything hurts. I don't want to get up and get these little monsters breakfast. Screw them. But it's like, you gotta keep moving, I get what you're saying about your work-life balance being totally out of whack. And I respect so much that you're a triple major, you're doing basketball, because I know professional sports, and let's be honest, college sports are professional sports. You just don't have the big contract and the jerseys and everything else. I respect that all, but it's like, you're still putting in the work, you're still moving forward, you still have your relationship with God. It's not like, why didn't I score a triple-double? Why do you hate me, Lord? It's, you keep moving forward,
Exactly.
Yes, I know. The weird guy from YouTube who causes so many problems, speaking some knowledge, but still. Shocking everyone tonight.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Not me, but still.
That's awesome, Devin.
Awesome.
I get you.
Yeah, mine's not as. I go through spurts, kind of like you were saying, Devin, where I have moods that I want to get more into it, moods that I don't. I get caught up with life. Before the pandemic hit, I was working 70 hours at work. I was doing 12-hour shifts, and with the school, I do what I did with the maintenance stuff, and then I'd work the aftercare program, and I helped with that at my school. So I found. I definitely have the same app that you mentioned, Tevin, the U version, and I try to read the word for each day. I don't always get to it right in the morning, but I try to get to it by 9 o'clock. Is because I'm up at 4:35, so I try to get it around 9 o'clock. And every day I try to just be better than the next day. I try to do better, and especially for this first 6 or 7 months of this year, I do have a little bit of an anger problem, and I got pretty angry back in February with some friends and whatnot, and it caused a big rift with everything. And
Preach. I'm right there.
Yeah. So I looked to God to help with my anger and stuff, and it helped. It helped a lot. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just kind of just looked online and kind of watched some videos and what to do and to help with it, and then I kind of just go through the app and stuff. And it kind of helped out, and my anger, it goes up and down, but I try to mellow it out and try to take a step back with when I'm getting angry. I try to take a step back, think, just take a breath, and I kind of just step back, and I've noticed myself with doing it, I haven't gotten angry as much more, or not angry as quick, or if I am getting angry, I can kind of control it and kind of calm it down a little bit. There is a lot more I definitely want to dig into, and I just haven't yet for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe just laziness, maybe just nervousness, I don't know, but I definitely want to dig more into it. I just haven't yet, so that's definitely my plan.
Yeah, but Matt, I give you all kinds of respect for just saying that. Look at my public snap with Bearded Beta, and it was over something incredibly stupid. Seriously, incredibly stupid. I had to step back and put myself in pause from drinking and figure out what the hell is wrong with me. Do you think it was easy for me to admit that publicly? In front of everybody on a live stream going, yeah, I'm taking a pause and I've been doing this wrong, I've been doing that wrong, I've been doing here. The fact you just said that, bro, already shows the progress you're making, the good Lord showing you, hey, here you are. And yeah, we're all nervous about change. Change sucks. But sometimes you got to do it. Oh, there's a kid. What? Great. Take a shower. Turn off the air conditioning in your room before you turn that vent on. Lately with summer, like if we have too many air conditioners running, circuit breakers pop.
Ooh.
Yeah, not good. But Matt, dude, if you ever want to talk about anger issues, trust me, what I had to go through in a month, I'll be there for you, no problem, brother.
Yeah.
I got no issues with it, You reached out to me and you checked on me to make sure I was okay.
Definitely, I appreciate that.
So it's interesting because as Christians, we get this idea from either non-believers or super religious people that we're supposed to act a certain way or that we're supposed to be perfect. Like for me, I don't know. I feel like I'm compelled to talk about this, but I'm not perfect. And you brought up beta, so that's why I started thinking of beta. I made a mistake several months ago or a month ago or however long it was, and that just showed a side of me that I'm not perfect, and it sucks because you know I want to be perfect, but there's only one person that is perfect, and that is Jesus Christ, and I want to be more like Him every day, but I go through the same struggles. I mean, the human part of me, the human sinful part of me that lives within all of us, we're not that far away from it. Sin is, even though we accept Christ into our lives, we are still, we're not, it doesn't wash away the sin. It doesn't wash away the bad parts that all of us probably have. Like I curse, I sin, and God forgives. And but at the end of the day, you know, my goal is to not be perfect, is to be better. When I accepted Christ into my life, or before, I accepted Christ into my life when I was an atheist, I looked at Christianity as people wanting to better their lives. That's what God wants to do in our lives, is not to control us, but to better us. I mean, who doesn't want to live a better life? Who doesn't want to think better? Who doesn't want to, you know, all this other stuff? God seriously wants you to live a good life, and that's what the Bible is for. He wants you to be a believer, but he also wants to better you. And that's what I looked at when I, looked at Christianity, as people wanting to better their lives. Who doesn't want to better their lives? But for me, I mean, I can't be perfect. I hate, when I mess up. But the thing about messing up is also it's a part of growing up. Everybody, you know, you have lessons, and I take these lessons, and when people say, "Hey, you're supposed to be a preacher," why are you doing the things that you do that don't seem preacher like? It's because of, I'm still human, and you can't take away the human aspect of a person. You're gonna mess up, and mess ups doesn't exactly mean the bad. It means that you grow from it.
Yeah,
So
but okay, hold on. No, you're going down a route. I'm sorry. I got to help lift you up here. All right.
sure,
You're like, well, Jesus was perfect. Well, look in the Bible. Jesus
yeah,
had anger issues. What he do in the tax, with the tax collectors, flipping the tables and taking whips to people. That's not perfect. He had anger issues. Jesus drank, turning water into wine. So God doesn't want you perfect. He loves you
yeah,
for your imperfections and your perfections. God just wants you to recognize that He's in control, you know? And what you're saying about being a preacher, a lot of that comes from, go back to the Roman Catholicism stuff. How you look at a pastor, a preacher, a padre, whatever you want to call them, in the Roman Catholic Church, where everything started from, before you had all the branching outs from England and everything else and splintering, they were God's presence walking the earth. Look at the nuns, they're the brides of Christ. So you look at that and you look like he has a direct link right to God. I know you're not perfect, Evan.
yeah. I
I
know.
love you for it, brother. Just like I know Code's not perfect, and well, Matt, he's in Florida, so he screwed up. And my God, look at my life. Look at what I've gone through in the last couple months. But it's the
Yeah,
fact that you can recognize that, and you're not trying to. This is the only way I can put it. This is beat somebody with the Bible. You're living your life, and you're preaching through your life, and you're showing the way through your life. Are you perfect? No. Am I? Dear God, no. But I really believe the good Lord gave me my family for a reason, even though we have a screwed up dynamic. He let certain people come into my life. Do you think it was really easy for me when I was raging against somebody who now I'm at peace with to reach out to all of you guys and go, I need you to talk to me?
yeah. But to put my point out there, because I know I ramble some. That's part of
I just
It's
don't
part
want
of
you
me.
beating your.
I
I don't want
know
you
I'm not
beating
beating
yourself
myself up.
It
but
sounded like you were going down that road, and you can't.
It sounded
do that.
like it, but I was trying to come back to my point. I'm very good at taking side roads and then coming back to my point. That's part of the ADD in me. But my thing is that even though
Squirrel.
I may not be perfect, I serve a God that's perfect, and He loves me for me, and it's amazing. And I'm going to mess up. I'm not going to sit here.
Maximus.
Yeah, you can ask super off question. Yeah, sure.
I've got nothing to hide. Look at my videos. I don't
welcome
hide squat.
welcome to the break where everything is, always jumping around, and we will discuss just about anything.
Squirrel.
But I serve a God that's perfect, and I love. I'm glad that Coach Chiefs.
Should have seen that coming.
I know.
I just thank God that He works in my life to better me as a person each day.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna fail, and that's part of being human. But thank God that He lifts me up during my failures and says, God looks at you and says, "Hey, you're my child." That's amazing.
Exactly.
And it's shocking too. Like, just think, God created you for a reason.
And if the only reason He created me was to bring Brianna into this world, I'm good with that. To help straighten out my family, I'm good with that. I can go to my grave tomorrow knowing I've got something wonderful that will carry on.
Who are the we're waiting for your question, Maximus, and then we'll kind of break it from there because I know Dave's stream's coming up here in a minute. I don't want to, go into his time.
His first 10 minutes are always boring, where he builds his audience. So you just go a little bit. Okay?
He just says hello to everyone for the first 10 15 minutes.
Hello.
E-Rock.
Or it usually goes like this. We're going to talk about things and stuff and stuff and things and things and stuff and move some furniture around up in here and things and stuff. So keep talking. I love Dave. Everyone in the comments, don't say I'm starting crap with Dave. No.
Yeah.
It's done from a place of love, okay?
E-Rock, I just want to throw this out there. I have the wrench here, buddy. You will go in timeout too, just like I'm used to on Tyson's channel. Me and Tevin have to suffer through timeout, so I think it's time somebody else feels that pain of loneliness and not being able to comment for 5 minutes. All right, E-Rock, I'm going to let that one slide, okay? But if I see anything about LeBron or the Broncos again, I will put that wrench to use, okay?
Devin, don't abuse your power. Don't abuse your power. I will put you in your place immediately.
Hey, he's a broke college kid. Let him have some free fun, okay?
Okay.
This is like storing a free pack of ramen noodles, Sam, all right?
Very true.
Tyson, that's not nice.
Oh.
That's not nice.
Whoa, Tyson, come on.
Whoa, PG stream, timeout. Put him in the corner.
He didn't actually say the word. I know what he meant. I should put him in time. No, me and Tyson don't put each other in timeouts no more. We don't do that no more.
Lion dogfish.
He said what word? I don't know. I'm
a Christian, but I also believe there were dinosaurs. I was told by someone that I can't believe in dinosaurs in Christ. Okay, so here's what the Bible talks about. There is dinosaur type. What? Hold on. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Okay, so in the Bible, they talk about ginormous creatures that used to walk the land during the times of the Bible, and it doesn't call them dinosaurs. We gave that term to them. Is it dinosaurs? I don't know, but when they talk about ginormous type creatures, I wish I could quote you a Bible verse. I can't, but I've had this talk with my pastor, and he says the same thing, that there was gigantic creatures that roamed the lands, and it talked about it in the Bible.
Okay, but break it down even further. When Adam and Eve left the garden, and they talk about whatever went to live with the other tribes. If they were the first people ever created, who was out there living outside of the garden? And do you really believe that the good Lord created this whole universe just so we could have one little marble? No. There's lots of stuff out there He hasn't let us find yet.
And Tyson knows what I'm talking about. I mean, They don't call them dinosaurs. They seriously do not call them dinosaurs. But But to have that statement of you can't believe in dinosaurs and believe in Christ, I don't believe that, because there's scientific evidence that dinosaurs were around. How can you not sit there and say that's not true? I can't sit there and say it's not true.
What is
But
it? Look at Revelations with the monsters they talk about in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah, and I mean even the Revelation talks about different monsters, and I'm almost positive. I mean, I took a Bible community class, and we've talked about we ask all those types of questions. Is the Big Bang Theory, is that realistic, and dinosaurs and all of the topics that seem to kind of collide the common belief within the church system versus what science says. And I mean, as early as like Genesis and like I think verse like 20 something, it talks about these giant sea creatures, and is that like a shark, or is that a great Loch Ness monster? What is that?
Exactly.
It doesn't. That's the thing, is there's a lot of gray area. It doesn't flat out say like, oh, God created dinosaurs and there's a T-Rex and there's a whatever. It's a lot of it's open to interpretation because it's not detailed, so you can kind of take that for what it means to you, but it definitely doesn't mean that there can't have been dinosaurs, because it talks about giant land creatures and giant sea creatures and all these different giant animals at tons of points throughout the Bible. So, I mean, there's nothing anywhere in the Bible that says, nope, if you believe in dinosaurs, then you don't believe in Christ. Like, that's not a thing. There's no sort of area that says that you can't believe in both. Because the Bible, like I said, like Tevin pointed out, it never blatantly mentions the word dinosaurs, but it doesn't also exclude that from being a possibility by any means at all. So,
does it say giant type creatures with tails? I don't know. I would literally have to. I can't sit here and give you a definite answer, but if you're serious about it, I will find out for you. I will find that information. I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything.
Okay, well, here's my last smart butt comment of the night, Maximus. If you put 100 Catholics together and give them a Bible, you're going to get 100 different definitions of exactly what was in there. So,
and don't worry.
Be happy.
Maximus said, I swear I'm not high. He's like, when he asked a question, he's like, I swear I'm not high. I like those questions, Maximus. Those questions are welcome. But it is time to wrap up the break. Anything that you guys got to say? Anything you, maybe not word for word, but it does sound right. Yeah, okay. So Tyson probably knows exactly what he's talking about. But I definitely need to look that up because, it's piqued my curiosity. But we're about to wrap everything up because, it's past 8 o'clock. Does anybody got anything to share? Anything to say?
I just love the look on all your faces when I was talking. Y'all are stunned that this person was able to do that.
What? He's got wisdom?
Look, they say wisdom comes with age, and he's got a whole heck of a lot of that. So
I knew that was coming.
Remember, college care kit coming your way.
Oh man!
Waiting for a bright pink sippy cup. That'll be perfect.
Just what I'm saying.
All right, guys.
Patriot color sippy cup, Chris.
So thank you for everybody that's participated in the comments. Thank you, Chris, for joining. Seriously, I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for allowing me to be here.
All right, guys. So I really appreciate everybody in the comments. Come back next week. We're going to have Beard Swag here in a couple of weeks. We're going to have him as a special guest. And I'm looking forward to that conversation.
Heck yeah, brother.
What
Swag
is going on, family? Devin here.
So I'm looking forward to that conversation. I think it's the 15th. I think that, it's not next Saturday, it's the Saturday after that. But I'm super excited about that. And I'm going to try to look for a guest for next week. But thank you, everybody that's tuned in for the comments. I seriously appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, there wouldn't be the break. So peace out, guys. I'll see you next week.